So hey, as I'm back, if you watched my last video, you know I'm gonna make a wiring video. So to start off your wiring, come back here, you need a battery. Well, you don't need a battery, but I mean, why have wiring if you're not gonna have a battery? But off of that topic, get a battery. You need a ground, run your ground to the frame. That's one of the best spots you can have your ground, is to a part on your frame. Grind the paint off and put your ground there, or just keep it where it originally was. But if there ain't a ground, ground it out at your frame. Grind off the paint and ground it out there. You're positive. Well, sometimes your batteries are up here, but I just ran mine. Same thing with the ground. If it's up here, just run it to like here. That's solid piece of connected. It's a good spot to ground out. Run your positive wherever your battery is. You run your positive off your battery to that part of the solenoid where the red white where that part of the can't show you this side of the solenoid, which you'll know what side it is when you put it together. Then you got that, and then you run the other side of your solenoid, you run it to your starter, which that's not the best spot for that. And then I always use one prong solenoids. I don't know how to wire up two prong because the other prong is for safety switches, so I don't know how to wire up that. But this wire, the one, if you have a one prong, you just take, sorry that my camera's blurry, take this wire, well, you got to run a wire, and you run it up. This is your fuse wire right here. You run it up, you put your fuse in. My fuse is right here. And then you splice it into the fuse, and then from the fuse, you go to your push button, either side. Doesn't matter. So from this wire, this part's complicated, but wire to the fuse to your solenoid, to your push button. Then you run one wire. As you can see, there's a wire coming off of here, two wires coming off of here. One wire from your positive on your solenoid, actually, yeah. Your positive on your solenoid straight from the battery. Whatever wire from your battery to the solenoid, you hook it up to there and run it up to your push button. Then, for your cutoff, mine just freaking fell off, but you find your kill spot on your lawnmower. So for me, it's right here. On these Vanguard V-Twins, your kill wire runs off right here. But just find where your kill wire is. Just if you have to take this cover off, find your coil, and the wire on the coil is your kill. These have two, so it's complicated. If that's really hard to explain. If you have a V-twin and you don't have the wiring already done out to here, if like it's not pre-done, you got to take them and make sure they don't touch each other and run them. You just run two different wires. The two wires that come off the two solenoids on V-twins, you just run them up to your kill switch. Yeah, just like that. But like what I did on this, since it's pre-wired, say you have, it's hard to explain if it's not pre-wired off the coil, but if you have a one cylinder, just from your coil wire to shut off, and then from shut off to a ground, and that's as simple as that. And then this right here, I don't have it done yet, I haven't wired this up yet, but this is your charging wire. Well, whatever your charging wire is, your charging wire, you'll run to a kill switch, and then from the kill switch you run it to your battery. Well, toggle switch, and switch on, only keep the switch on when this motor's running, and then shut it off when it shuts off, because if you keep it on the whole time, it'll kill your battery if your motor ain't running. So yeah, but that's wiring for you. And then actually, this is easy, but if you're wiring up lights, all you do is run positive from your battery to toggle switch, and then from your light positive to toggle switch, and then you just ground your other wire on your ground on your light to a ground on your frame. So that's about as simple as it gets on lawnmowers. So yeah, peace. Also, if you have a fuel solenoid, cut it off. Do not keep your fuel solenoid because they're a pain in the butt, because that's just one more switch you gotta switch up when you're running your motor. So if you want to wire it up, it's easy. All you do is take your wire from your solenoid, your carburetor solenoid, fuel solenoid, to toggle switch the battery, and then you switch it on. It turns the thing off, gives it gas, and you know, yeah. So yeah, peace.